Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gearhead Daily. Eric, as usual. And if you can't tell, I've got 4 or 5 projects going on here at once, and the shop is quite dirty with junk here, dust back there, dust up here, dust over there, dust. I got dust everywhere. So I've come up with an idea, and it involves a giant shop fan. So I went out and I bought the biggest fan I could, and this involves blowing out every nook and cranny as fast as possible. I'm going to try and time it and see how it goes. But just bear with me a little bit. I stole this idea a little bit from the Samurai Carpenter, who permanently put giant fans up in his shop. And there's a couple reasons why I didn't want to do that. One is it gets very, very cold here, and I didn't want any holes in my walls to get in the way of heat loss. Additionally, I wanted the opportunity to turn the fan around and blow it on me because if any of you folks know me, I am probably the sweatiest person when it hits about 70 degrees. I just start sweating and I can't stop for about 45 minutes. So I want the ability to turn the fan on me, so I went and got the biggest fan possible. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and blow it out the door here. So I'm going to kind of bring the garage door down, put the fan here, and kind of see how it goes, because normally what I've been doing is I've been blowing everything out with just a leaf blower and then hoping to push it all the way to the door and then out the door. Well, if we can create some sort of vacuum effect where we're pulling air from inside and pushing it out, let's give it a whirl and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I just bought myself a huge fan to keep me cool while I'm working out in the shop. Let's check it out. I got it this time. You only have to be 10% smarter than the thing you're working with, for Pete's sake. Call this Occam's razor. There. Yeah, just to prove my point. Aha! Who's smarter now? Alright, so if it isn't obvious from that little display, I'm already sweating and I haven't even turned the thing on yet. Just putting it together was quite the struggle. So, airflow, meow. If it isn't obvious what we're doing here, we're going to be creating as much wind pressure that way. It claims 8,000 CFM. So let's, let's plug her in and see what she wants to do here. Oh, yeah, need a little bit of cord there. And then see if we can create the effect. There we go. That we're going for. Contact. That's speed 1. Enhance. Speed 2. So far, so good. I can feel a little draw. Alright, so if it isn't obvious, I'm going to try and get all the air to go this way and create a little vacuum kind of that way and blew everything out. And hopefully it'll start to kind of channel its way this way, because sometimes I get stuck in the corners here or things like that. So worst case scenario, it doesn't work. And
I just get myself a fan. But we're gonna give it a whirl and see how it goes. So let's try it.
I think this is fairly indicative of how it's going, sadly. Oh well. Well, I got a fan to keep me cool at least. I told you, I'm a sweaty guy. It's what happens. So, sit rep. Did it work? Short answer, sadly, no. And I kind of debated, should I post this video or not? But maybe many of you have the same question and have the same wonder. If you put a big fan on there with lots of force and lots of CFM, can you get it to push all the dust out of there? And the short answer is no, you can't. I still got a fan though, which really helps out, especially on the hot days when the shop gets a little too warm. Normally, the insulation does a pretty good job and keeps the shop at a nice, comfortable temperature. But, you know, when you're moving around, you need some airflow. There's no airflow currently in this building. And now there is provisions for ceiling fans, but I like the ability to kind of move my fan around wherever I'm going and kind of be mobile in that way. So unfortunately, it didn't have the suction that I was kind of hoping for. And I think that's a design of the fan itself. It's made to move volumes of air, but not really have this big kind of suction effect. So it does, in front of it, does move a large circle of air at one point, but doesn't really have the power. So I think you'd have to kind of neck down the suction part of it to get the full effect of what's really going on. So I figured I'd post this just to let everybody know that no, you can't do it with a giant big fan like I tried, but at least I got a clean shop and I do have a fan to at least keep me cool into the future, so everything's clean, much cleaner than it used to be. And yeah, so at least I got a fan in the end. It doesn't work in the way I had hoped it would. Again, I think you have to find a way to get a lot of good suction out of it. I figured bigger air, more of CFM, I could do that, but unfortunately it didn't work. So anyway, I don't know, what do you suggest? Samurai Carpenter, poked some holes into his walls and actually had some fans that provided a lot of airflow. But I'm just not willing to go that route at this point because I just don't want to put holes in my walls. So anyway, what do you think? Hope this was helpful and see you later.